Hello everyone, welcome to the last music of the month of 2020 and the last one I'm ever going to do. So I've had some time to think about this recently and I'm going to be doing a music of the week thing because I think gathering all of the stuff for a month is way too much of a pain in the ass. So yeah, this will be the last time I ever do it. And also, because this is the last time I'll ever do it, I'm not going to do what I typically do, which is waste a lot of time. I don't have as many albums to do this time, but I'm just way too damn lazy to do all the editing for this one, so I'm not really going to bother. But yeah, we're just going to go through the albums, so we may as well start with Brutalize with Ashen Nails. This is a project I don't know a lot about. I thought this was fairly generic metal. Also, my cat's here. Hi. And yeah, this one gets a C. I mean, it was average. It was okay. There's not really a lot I can think about of it that stood out. The cover is kind of basic, but still cool, I guess. I don't know. Next is Cryptodira. I think I'm saying that right, with the Angel of History. In here where I've listened to a lot of prog, this is some of the better prog-leaning metal that I've listened to. Had some really interesting stuff going for it, and I hope there's more from them. I give this one a B+. I thought this was a pretty enjoyable album. There goes my cat. And, yeah, pretty good stuff, all in all. Next is Daydream with Mystic Operative. This is quite a unique one, as this is sort of like a punk thing, but with a shoegaze lens. And it was actually quite interesting. I'm giving this one a B+ as well. I thought this was actually a lot more enjoyable than I was anticipating it being, and considering that I just, this is a habit I'm going to stop, by the way. Considering I just picked the album because I thought it looked kind of cool, and the name was decent, I guess, I'm going to stop doing that, so... Well, I'm going to try to. No promises. Anyway, next is Deeds of Flesh with Nucleus. Deeds of Flesh have actually been around for a very long time. And this album is actually, yeah, pretty decent. I gave this one a B. I thought this was some pretty good metal. Some good old school metal. You know, I like this one a lot more than I thought I was going to. Sorry, I had to scroll there to skip past skip past the albums I've already reviewed. Yeah, pretty decent this. Next is Gamma Bomb with Sea Savage. Gamma Bomb are actually... From what I know, I've heard the name before, and I know that they're fairly popular-ish. I thought this album was pretty good. I give it a B+. It's silly. It really doesn't take itself seriously. It's a hell of a lot of fun. Yeah, it's good metal. It's more metal. There's quite a bit to go through. So, yeah, I can't really think of a lot of problems with it. Just not as much of it stuck with me, but it is, wacky and a bit silly, and a lot of fun. Next is Goldfinger with Never Look Back. Now, Goldfinger probably made some waves earlier this year because of the Tony Hawk first two games coming out, in the HD redone version, and their song Superman is on those. You know, basically the Tony Hawk theme song, I guess you could call it, next to Guerrilla Radio by Rage Against the Machine. The only other Goldfinger album I've heard before this was The Knife, which came out 3 years ago. I prefer that to this, but I still thought this was good. I'm still going to give it a B. And yeah, pretty good, what you would expect from Goldfinger, and John Feldman is still a really good producer and a really good songwriter too, so there you go. Next is Gone Is Gone with If Everything Happens for a Reason, Then Nothing Really Matters. They're all cheery title. So, this is quite a unique sort of thing, because last month, well, at the beginning of December rather, I did cover a band called Kill It Be Killed, and Troy Sanders, who is the figurehead of Gone Is Gone, is part of that band as well. This one wasn't nearly as exciting. I'm giving this a C-. It was just dreary, kind of bland and boring prog metal that just dragged on and didn't really go anywhere, so yeah, that's really all you need. Next, though, is my first A+, I think my only A+ of December, Grandson with Death of an Optimist. Now, yeah, this guy, he has put out a lot of EPs, and this is his first full album, and it's absolutely amazing. Spoilers, it's somewhere in my top 20, I'm not going to tell you where. So, yeah, I'm giving this an A+, absolutely fantastic production, lyrics, instrumentation. Great album, this. Really, really good. Highly recommend it. And obviously the Doom Self performs really well. Next is Heretical Sect with Rapturous Flesh Consumed. So this delightful pop jaunt album. Sorry, I had a hair on my laptop screen. This delightful death metal-ish album. I can't remember a lot about it. I gave it a B-, so I must have liked something, but yeah, God, I wish I could remember more about this one. It was alright, I suppose. Next is Hollywood Undead with New Empire Volume 2. Now, I reviewed their first one, which came out back in February, I believe, and that one was actually quite good, and I thought, oh, they're going to open the door for more stuff. And then they dropped this one, it's like, meh, so I'm only giving this a C. I didn't really like this one as much as their last one. I feel like it's the weaker offering between the two. I feel like they could have taken more time to put out Volume 2 maybe next year or something. A lot of this one just feels rushed. Moving on though to Joan of Arc with Tim, Melina, Theo, Bobby. Now, Joan of Arc are a band who've released a lot of albums. I don't exactly know which number this is. It could be just under their 20s though, in terms of the albums they've released, not including live stuff obviously. And or repeats. And yeah, I'm giving this one a B. It was just really enjoyable, laid back, chill indie pop rock. I did quite enjoy this one. Yeah, it was just nice and easy to listen to. Next is Less Than Jake with Silver Linings. Yeah, this is their first album in 7 years, and the last album I listened to was the one that they released 7 years ago called See the Light. And yeah, I'm giving this one an A. I just thought this was super enjoyable and cracking knuckles. Sorry. They didn't crack that time, damn it. Yeah, super enjoyable, really fun ska punk album, as you have come to expect from the band by this point. Yeah, just really, really liked it, so I recommend checking this one out. It's not in any of my lists, neither are the other two albums I've given A's, which I'll get to soon, but it's still really good. I still quite enjoyed it. Next is Mike Posner with Operation Wake Up. Now, you might know Mike Posner for his one-hit wonder thing, Cooler Than Me. Yeah, he still sounds a bit like a chipmunk on coke, but this is an interesting album. It was written in 2 weeks. It's sort of a concept thing, and I wish it went more places. I'm giving it a B minus. So I thought it was actually really good and really well told. But yeah, you could tell it was written in 2 weeks. There are parts of it that really feel rushed, and a lot of it needed a lot more time to develop. But for what it is an interesting sort of thing for him to do, especially considering he's never done anything like this before. So I can't really fault him for that. Next is Perdition Sect, another sect band with End Times. Another, more of a crossover thrashy metal sort of thing. Heavy, a bit guttural and brutal. Giving it a B minus because I've just heard a lot of this style this year, but this is definitely another one of the better examples. And yeah, just really solid metal overall in a year where I've heard a lot of metal, so we needed something like this. Next is Red City Radio with Paradise. Now, Red City Radio are a unique band. They're sort of like a punk band, but with a slight emo country twinge to them, and it actually sounds really good. I'm giving this one an A. Paradise by Red City Radio, in case I didn't say the album's name. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one a lot more than I thought I was going to. Once again, not in either of my lists, or it might be I'll have a quick mooch. Is it? I don't know. Unprofessional me. It is sadly not. But still a really good album, so I can recommend checking it out. Now I have to scroll down to where I was, because I'm a moron. Okay, there we go. Next is 6'6" with End of All. Once again, really happy name for an album. This one is more of a power metal hard rock thing, though. I was expecting a more brutal sort of thing, especially considering the band's name, the fact that they're from Sweden. I think they're from Sweden, and the album's name is End of All. I was expecting something a bit more brutal and heavy. We didn't really get that. It was a very clean album, really well put together and produced. I'm giving it a B. Yeah, it was another one that quite surprised me, but it was a very, very pleasant amount of surprise, so kudos to them. Next is Wheelfall with A Spectre is Haunting the World. These are a band from France. There was another band from France, which I'll be covering for my next Catch Up Chaos episode. And yeah, this is an interesting one. It's part of the reason why I'm glad I'm not going to be editing the album covers or anything onto this video, because this one is just a guy vomiting, which is gross. But yeah, the album itself, decent enough. It's got pretty good lyrics. It's another one I wish I could remember more of, but I did like it, which is why I gave it a B. I don't know. I feel like a B was too high, but I'm still giving it one anyway. And finally, we reach one I didn't really know if he was going to be on the list at all. Youngblood with Weird. Now, Youngblood, this is his second album, and when I first heard about this kid, I was excited but skeptical because I thought, he's just going to be this, popular thing, and it's not going to be something I get. But then I listened to this album, and I was like, actually, no, there's a lot about this that actually relates to, and it was good, and it was a lot of fun, and I'm giving it an A. Yeah, Youngblood is a very unique personality. You know, he's got a great personality. He's got a lot of charisma. He seems like a cool dude, you know, and he's very like open about his struggles and his experiences, and I like the guy. I really do, and this album is a good example of that, which is why I'm giving it an A. Yeah, super good stuff from him, and I really should listen to his debut at some point because this was the second album, so gonna do that. Anyway, that will about do it for this one. I know it's not one of the better ones, but I'm changing format of the series because I need to preserve my sanity in some way, and I don't know if this will do it or if my hair will focus. But yeah, this is what it's going to be like. It's going to be like music of the week instead of the month because I just need to try something new. So is there anything else? I've written my top 10 UFC fights of the year. I'm going to try and put that video out at some point in the weekend. Or maybe at some point in January because it's Christmas break. And I shouldn't even be putting out this video, but I had to get it done at some point. I've got my top albums of the year lists done. I've got the albums listed. I just need to actually write the actual script, which I haven't done yet, and I probably will do at some point. And oh yeah, there wasn't any PBW versus AVW this week because a couple of reasons. I've sorted the rosters out a bit more. I'll have more time to do that. I have to put together some more tag teams, some more men's tag teams specifically for both brands, and yeah, it was Christmas break. It'll return next Tuesday. Okay, so stick around for that, and don't have a lot else to add. I hope you enjoyed this mess of a video, and I'll see you all most likely on the weekend for my top 10 UFC fights of the year. And as always, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Bye bye.